Hi guys, welcome from out of my academy building. My name is Monique Derouk for people who don't know me already, and I have more than 25 years of experience in working as a professional handler, coach, teacher, and trainer in the scent detection world. This is my passion and I still love doing what I'm doing. So what I want to talk about today is how to teach your dog to stay focused on the task, which is not easy. Okay. So what is focus? So to be able to focus, you just need to be able to narrow down your attention so that you can ignore the other competing demands and attend to just one, right? That's what focus is all about. And that's what we need when we are going to train our dog in the detection field, in the scent detection. Sometimes focus looks effortless, which is not the case at all. Focus is very important. When you have your dogs focus on the task, you don't need to fight against distractions because your dog will be able to ignore the stimuli and concentrate on what you are doing together. Okay? So this is very important. And dogs can get distracted or uh, having focus issues because of a lot of things, because of other smells, because of other people, other dogs, obstacles, noises. A lot of things can go on and a lot of things can be in play here that your dog is going to have focus issues. We all know the picture of our dog trying to concentrate on our training exercise and what we are doing together next to everything what's going on in the environment and around them, right? Which is hard. This makes the learning process so much more difficult and maybe unpleasant. And that's not what we want. That's the last thing that we want, that our dog is going to get that feeling. We don't want that our dog is going to get negative emotional responses connected to training. Okay? One of the pillars of my Art of Scent Work program is environment and experiences, the double E, two things. And that's what in play here when you are working on teaching your dog to stay focused on the task. It's a foundation. Art of Scent Work is a foundation program, and you need to have and build on a solid foundation to be able to be successful later in your training setting. Dogs are like people. They are curious and they want to learn. We want a dog that's emotionally ready, right? And willing and able to learn. We don't want that our dog is going to get negative emotional responses connected to training, as I mentioned before. We want to train a dog that's engaged. We want to train a dog that's happy, alert, focused on the task, and motivated by whatever rewards we might have to offer. So, and that's why we need to help our dog. We need to help our dogs to develop the ability to focus on a simple given task and ignore everything else in the environment, which is a skill that takes time for you as well as for your dog. And again, this is one of the pillars of my Art of Scent Work program. It's a foundation. So you need to, if you can build on that, you're going to be so much more successful and it's going to be so much more easier. It's going to make your training so much more easier and it's going to give your dog so much less stress, so much less confusion, and so much more fun. There is no standard and fits all approach when it comes to focus, okay? So you need to be aware what's playing here. So I want you to do two things. I want you to ask yourself, where stands my dog right now? What works and what doesn't? That's the first thing that I want you to look into when it's about you and your dog. The second thing I want you to do is identify the reasons for his focus problems so you can find the right solutions. If you cannot identify the reasons behind it, you will never be able to come up with the right solutions. And it's hard for us to step away from what we already know, okay? No matter how hard we try, our observation is blurred by past experiences. And why I'm saying this is it's not only for people. When I talk about the Art of Scent Work program, when I talk about a solid foundation in scent work training, I want to say that it's not all about people who are starting with teaching scent work or nose work. It's also for more experienced people. You know, there can be a gap somewhere in your training. And then what do we do when there are gaps? We go back to the to the basics. We go back to that foundation. And when that foundation is not solid, then we need to fill up that gap that's missing. So that's why I'm saying it's not because you are more experienced that it's not valuable to you to look into, to build on a solid foundation, to look into the Art of Scent Work program, which is built on several pillars. And one of the pillars was clear communication, where I talked about very shortly last week in 2 live sessions that I did. And this week, I will talk about environment and experiences, 2 other pillars, the 2 E's of my Art of Scent Work program. So sometimes we think we know it all, and we are not able to look out of the box. Look at the dog as an individual. Being unique, that dog is unique, which is asking for a tailored and unique approach. And that's where my Art of Scent Work program is created for. It's individually. We are going to teach you to learn to look into your dog as an individual and what your dog's needs are in training, and how you can help your dog better, how you can help your dog to stay focused and not to get distracted by whatever. It's part of that foundation and solid foundation training. Okay? Okay, guys, so to wrap this up and to put it together, I want you to do 2 things. Ask yourself the question, where is standing your dog right now? And what works and what doesn't, okay? Second, identify the reasons for his focus problems to find the right solutions, okay? And get back to me, guys. I love to get feedback from people, so you can do 2 things. You can personal message me, or you can put a comment below, okay? I appreciate always people who are giving me feedback, which is helping me to build on and to come up with maybe one of your questions. When you have questions, feel free to ask your question, and maybe this is going to be one of my topics for one of my next live sessions, that I can get back to you and answer your question live, okay? That would be awesome. Okay, guys, I see you next Friday at 2 p.m., and I hope you enjoyed this live session. Bye.